You have 847 followers on Instagram, 1400 WhatsApp group messages, a Snapchat streak you haven't broken in 2 years, and yet, last night, when you put your phone down and the room went quiet, something felt a little hollow, a little empty. You are not imagining it, you are just lonely, and so is almost everyone around you. They are just not saying it out loud. 43% of urban youth in India report feeling lonely. In metro cities, that number climbs to 60%. 6 out of 10 people in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, people surrounded by millions of other people, feel isolated. And this isn't just an India problem. The World Health Organization has officially declared loneliness a global public health concern. Not a mood, not a phase, a public health concern, the same category as obesity, smoking, and diabetes. In fact, a US surgeon put it bluntly: chronic loneliness is as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and depression. It accelerates aging, it shortens your life, and it's spreading quietly, invisibly, because unlike smoking, it leaves no marks on your body, and you can be completely falling apart on the inside and look completely fine on the outside. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. It's not just that people are lonely, it's that friendships themselves are disappearing. You have contacts, you have followers, you have people who watch your stories, but the friend you can call at 11 p.m. without a reason, the one you don't have to perform for, the one who knows the unfiltered version of you, that list is getting shorter. For most people, it was never very long to begin with. So, how did we get here? The obvious answer is social media, screens, too much time online, not enough time with real people. And that's true, but it's not the whole picture. Here's what's actually happening. Social media gives us what feels like connection: likes, DMs, reactions, story views in tiny instant doses. Each one is a small hit of validation. And our brains, wired to take the path of least resistance, starts preferring these over the messier, slower, unpredictable work of real relationships. Real friendships require effort, awkward silences, showing up even when it's inconvenient, being vulnerable without knowing how the other person will respond. That's friction, and social media has almost none of it. So, slowly, without realizing it, we start outsourcing our social needs to our phones. And the more we do that, the more real life socializing starts to feel risky. What if they judge me? What if it's awkward? What if I say the wrong thing? Rejection sensitivity goes up, social confidence goes down, and we retreat further into our screens, which feels safer, warmer, easier. It's a loop, and most of us are stuck in it. Now, here's something that the global conversation on loneliness tends to miss, and it's especially relevant for us. In India, this problem has extra weight on top of it: competitive exam pressure, unemployment anxiety, the constant pressure to perform academically, professionally, socially, parents who love you but have very specific ideas about how your life should look, a culture where asking for help is still seen as weakness. All of this eats into the time and emotional energy that friendships need to survive. A recent study found that 3 out of 5 students in India's top cities are dealing with anxiety, but most of them aren't talking about it. Not to friends, not to family, not to anyone. So you have an entire generation carrying real weight, surrounded by people who are also carrying real weight, and nobody is saying anything. Everyone's performing okay. That's not connection, that's coexisting. And here's the thing about Gen Z specifically: you are the first generation that grew up with smartphones from the very beginning. You didn't transition from offline to online. Online was always just there, which means you never really had to build the muscles for deep, unfiltered, in person friendship. Nobody taught you, nobody taught any of us. We keep looking for the solution to loneliness in the same place we lost connection online. A better app, a bigger group chat, a more active social media presence. But here's the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. You already know what real connection feels like. You have felt it. The conversation that went on for 3 hours and you didn't check your phone once. That friend you could sit in complete silence with and it didn't feel awkward. That one person who knew what was actually going on with you, not the version you post about. You know the difference between that and a DM reaction. You have always known. The problem isn't that we don't know what real connection feels like. The problem is that we keep accepting substitutes because substitutes are easier. A like takes 1 second, a real conversation takes courage. And somewhere along the way, without anyone deciding it, we started optimizing for easy, all of us together. That used to be called loneliness. Now we call it normal. Here's what I want to leave you with. The loneliness epidemic isn't happening because people stopped caring about each other. It's happening because we have built a world and habits that make deep connection harder and surface connection easier. And we keep using easy. The flip isn't to throw your phone into the sea, it's simpler and harder than that. It's to notice the difference between feeling connected and actually being connected. One is a notification, the other is a person who knows your name and what's actually going on behind it. Go find that person or be that person for someone else. Start there. If this made you feel a little less alone, share it with someone you have been meaning to actually talk to. Not forward, talk. If you want more conversations like this, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.